The list of stars in the Kenny Dillingham era, well, it's a long list in a short period of time. Jordan Tyson, Cam Skattebo, Anthony Totri. But the question is, who's next? And that's what we're talking about next.
Happy Friday and welcome into another edition of the PHNX Sun Devil Show. Make sure you hit that like button, you hit the subscribe button, you drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. I'm Anthony Totri, joined as always by Chicken Little, also known as Erik Ruby. Of course, we've got the freckled Mamba behind the Mac, making all of the magic happen. The Jake White Shark, Parker, Emily, Russell, the list goes on and on. Sun Devil fans ready to chop it up on this lovely Friday. Again, a happy Friday to everybody in the chat. Happy Friday to everybody in Baton Rouge.
Okay, so we're talking today. You could tell by the headline and everything who's the next star for Kenny Dillingham, and it is in a short amount of time. There's some big names,
huge names,
like Heisman level names, first round pick level names, top transfer portal level names. I mean, like that's a big list.
It is a big list.
We have to talk about the Sam Leavitt stuff, right? And I'm going to be honest with everybody. You could tell me if you feel like it's off base. I've been very critical of Sam. I feel like
you have.
Just in general on the field and everything, I've been very critical. I've also sung his praises quite a bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to his entire statement at the LSU event, and I am not as angry as everyone else appears to be, which, for me, it's like, did I like what he said? Not really. But my question to everybody who's like really upset, and I totally
and there are a lot of folks that are upset.
I'd say a majority of people are really, really upset. My question is, I guess, besides, singing the praises of ASU, which would have been nice. Like, what did you want him to say? I don't think it was the best answer, but I'm not like ready to punch a wall over it. But maybe I'm missing something, because I'm usually ready to punch a wall over something.
I think, again, like the whole situation with him leaving was what it was, right? I mean,
it sucked.
It sucked. It was frustrating for a lot of people. It was frustrating for a lot of ASU fans, because I think they always felt like, he was going to be here another year.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously that kind of got, it went the way that it went. Now, this is Sam's first public comments, to my understanding, of his decision to leave Arizona State. Do I have a giant problem with everything he said? Not necessarily, but I do think that some of the things, whether he meant it or not, I don't think he meant any ill will.
And Jake says, my issue is he implied disrespect to Kenny. I'll read what he said here, and you can stop me when it gets to the disrespect to Kenny. Okay. Yeah. I think leaving ASU, at a comfortable situation, walking in the building, I saw my guys, built great relationships, won a lot of games there, but I want to do something a little bit different. And it's funny, that's kind of what everyone's saying around here. It's just different. It really is, in every aspect. Like, we come out here to the practices, the way individual reps are ran, the way that every single coach is just so poured into this.
Right there.
That is where, okay, here's the thing is where, at that point, I don't think that he's taking a shot at ASU.
I don't think so either.
I think he's more saying, oh, well, like, if you're first of all, they're paying him $5 million or more. You're going to LSU. You have to say it's different. Like, you have to say that these coaches here are pouring everything into it and that the reps are different. Like, he didn't say, over there, we didn't do that, which I think is kind of what it's being misconstrued.
That's kind of what it feels like he's implying. Right, is that it is, like, again, it's different here. I wanted something different. All the coaches pour into the team here. Like, they're all about it. Like, he says, quote, you talk about being a pro, trying to become the best version of yourself, and there's no other place to do it, right? that's where it feels like, especially coming from, I was just at Arizona State, and now I'm at LSU. It's you can't really read between those lines.
Do I like it? No. But to me, I took it more as a, like, I'm trying to build up what LSU is doing.
For sure.
And look, I'm sure that, you know, feathers were ruffled with how Sam exited. And I don't know this for sure, but, like, I would imagine that, like, his relationships with the coaches is not a bad relationship.
With
like
ASU's
it was
coaches?
Kenny or with Marcus.
No, not to my understanding.
And so, again, we don't know everything, but obviously I think they would have liked Sam to stay.
Yeah, for sure. Of course you would have liked Sam to stay.
Okay, and I will also say this. Like, I think Sam has plenty to prove. I've been very critical of Sam. I would have liked for him to go out there and be like, I loved my time at ASU. Everybody there was great. They prepared me for hand. This wasn't the best answer. Right?
No, it wasn't perfect, right?
But to me, I just saw this as like a, you know, I really wanted to be here at LSU, but obviously they also paid $5 million. William says, talking about being a pro, that was 100% a dig, especially after saying it's different.
I don't think any of it was a dig.
Okay, I think it can be implied as a dig, but and maybe, I don't know, maybe we're wrong. We can't can't be in Sam's head, and I'm sure that everybody here who's an ASU fan, which is everybody listening, is not happy that this is like the stance that we're taking. But like, I can just tell you how I feel about it, is that if I'm a player and I choose LSU, it is to go be a pro. Like, I think Kenny's done a great job of getting guys ready to be a pro and everything, but there's a difference between the infrastructure of what ASU has and what they're building versus what LSU has been.
Yeah.
Right? We're talking
historically,
yes. We are talking about one of the handful of top-tier college football programs of all time.
Yeah.
National championship contenders.
In the last 3 years, who's had a better football program?
Like, it is a better football program to be prepared to be a pro.
Yeah.
Historically speaking.
Historically, for sure.
Did ASU have 2 first-round picks last year? Absolutely. And is ASU set up to be great to make guys pros? You look at a Cam Skattebo, hopefully like a Keith Abney is another mid-round pick that succeeds. Keyshawn Elliott, like, yeah. I don't think ASU's a bad place, and maybe that's what he was implying. I don't know if it was, but like,
I really don't think he was.
If we just remove ourselves from this conversation here, right, as ASU, and that's okay to think that it was disrespect, but I'm just saying this. Objectively speaking, if I'm a neutral college football fan and you told me, or I'm a 5-star recruit and you told me you have to blind pick, take the logos away, take all of that, these 2 programs and their long list of history, the list of draftees, who are you picking to give you a better chance of being in the NFL? As of right now, it's LSU.
But we're not talking about whether or not, you know, what he said is true. We're talking about what he said.
Sure.
Right? And I think, again, you and I are in the minority of like, it's, you know, do we love that he said it?
Again,
no, not necessarily. Was it the perfect
like
answer? No, it was far from the perfect answer. But I think, again, like, there was a way to go about it in my mind of, if this is the first time that you are publicly going to be, you know, talking about your exit from Arizona State. Mind you, this is something that now is 6-7 months past.
Yes.
Right? The time being. In my mind, I would like to think that I would have an answer completely already wrapped up in my head of like, you know what? The time that I spent at Arizona State, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Some great relationships, some great teammates. I wish that program absolutely nothing but the best. But I wanted to come to, you know, LSU just for my next chapter or something like that. There's you don't have to get into like the coach's poor. That's where he almost like dug himself a little bit of a hole with Arizona State fans, and I don't think he cares, right? But like,
oh God, no, he doesn't.
I think that's where Arizona State fans are coming from, where it's like, you talk about the coaches, right? Every coach at Arizona State, so you're saying they don't pour into the team the same way, which is, again, like, if that's what it was, it's just simply not true. Are you talking about like, you want to be a pro and they, again, the dig is like, oh, well, you can't do it at Arizona State? Not true, right? Like, that's where I think the Arizona State side of things, where people get frustrated, they're upset at the comments, especially, I think, when you add it all together, right? You add up, he missed a lot of time. You add up the banquet. You add in the report that I had where I was told from his camp that they don't think that they can build, you know, around Sam, right? And then you get these comments 7 months later, and it's like, dude.
Well, so this is the thing where, for me, I think Sam Leavitt has a lot of growing to do. Just how everything was handled, and you're right. Like, this should have been better, and I will say that absolutely should have been better. Scott in the chat says he's a kid trying to pimp the school he's attending, same as he did at ASU. Done poorly for sure, but get real. Like, he should have done better at this. You are a kid, but you're also a $5 million like quarterback. You are all your eyes are on you, and I think this does kind of paint a picture as to where it's like I don't know if he fully seriously takes into account the PR aspect of what it is to be a player like that at this point in his career, like the banquet, like the statement. I think that's something that him and his camp need to kind of understand if you're going to be the best quarterback in the country, if you're going to be in contention to be a number one pick. Like, again, think about Fernando Mendoza, right? Fernando Mendoza, a somewhat kind of similar story to Sam, right? Going from kind of nothing to like all of a sudden like taking the world by storm for a program that was completely unknown. But the thing about Fernando is like, it's just like almost to the point where he's like a robot where it was media trained, right? Where Sam has always been kind of this like, let my emotions do the talking, kind of let it loose. And when things are going well, that's great, right? Because you're raw, you're authentic. But what you can't do is when things are going bad, not have ways to communicate. And so he needs to learn how to frame his comments, part of the growth process. I do think that this was a miss by him. I also think that when you go to any school and you leave the school beforehand, you are going to say nicer things about the school that you're at than the other one. And I don't think that he meant that the ASU coaches didn't pour into him. Think about how he talked about Kenny and Marcus while he was here, right? Because it wasn't like when Sam was here. Again, I've been very critical of Sam Leavitt.
I would argue there are a few in the ASU community that have been as critical as
I've been, especially about like his play, but also like singing his praises. Like it's all, to me, it's all true, and both sides of it can be true at the same time. The thing with Sam is that when he was here, he was, talking about how much the relationship with Kenny meant to him and how much the relationship with Marcus meant to him. And I think those relationships are real. I don't think that going to LSU and saying like, wow, LSU is better. It's like, dude, he's one of the highest paid employees in that state. He might be, besides the professional players, the highest paid employee in the state of Louisiana. He's going to go there and he's going to say, like, everything here is better. He's going to do that. Now, could he have done it in a different way? Absolutely.
Yeah, that again is the thing, right? And Transform Ministries and chat says, but again, that's your opinion. I think he would have had an in position to be a pro with ASU because he's already had 2 years with the coaches. Now he's starting all over, and there's good players here, right? Like, he would have been, I think, in a very similar position that he's in at LSU. I think everyone would have said, regardless of how the season went statistically last year, Sam Leavitt is a great quarterback. He's an athletic quarterback. Everyone would have said Sam Leavitt's got a bunch of weapons now at Arizona State. He's got Omarion Miller. He's got Reed Harris. He's got Raiden Vinesbright. List goes on and on and on, right? I don't think the tune would have changed at all. Yes, you went to Lane Kiffin at LSU, and he's a great football mind, but so is Kenny Dillingham. So is Marcus Arroyo. That's part of the reason why they got to this point, right? So again, I understand the frustrations from the ASU fan base because the phrasing does matter.
It's not a good statement. That's what I'm saying too. I'm not sitting here saying, man,
I just wish it would have been.
Sam Leavitt nailed it.
No,
he didn't at all.
I just wish it would have been a little bit tidier, considering this isn't like a week after you hit the portal. This is like 7 or 8 months now.
You've had time. Again, like I said, with the PR side of it and like understanding that every single word that you say carries a lot of weight because of who you are. And I'm sure that all of the great things that come with how talented he is, how big of a name he is, I'm sure all of that is stuff that he enjoys. But what him and his camp have to understand is that there's going to be an image of Sam Leavitt. And when you get into the draft, when you get into the NFL, guys who are viewed a certain way, whether it's fair or not, like life gets harder for them, right? If you're viewed as a guy that, can't, be a good teammate and show up to the banquet, right? Like that's going to be used against Sam in pre-draft stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Like these are things that whether it's fair or not, like this is what's going to happen. And Jake saying, he didn't go to the banquet and he had good grace from us. I will agree with this. This doesn't do him any favors. Like no. I'm not feeling any better about Sam Leavitt leaving, like, and about everything like that. Like when I say who is his camp, it's just the people around him. Like every single player has their camp. People that are close to him. Yeah. It's not just agent, but it's friends, it's family.
Eric's got his camp.
Like I have my camp. Totri has his camp. Those are actually, it's only our camps who talk to each other off of the show.
Yeah.
We only talk during the hour. Then other than that, it's our camp. Say, hey man, you could talk to my agent, and but
is that what you talk to your camp about? I talk to mine about like s'mores.
Let's go camping.
Tents, and that's what I talk to my camp about.
So I think what people are maybe not understanding when I say like I'm not.
I think Chad just wants to be upset, and I think Chad's entitled to feel upset. Their former quarterback said some stuff again.
That wasn't praising ASU.
Yeah, that wasn't praising ASU. Doesn't put ASU in a good light. Like, again, there was a better way to frame it, especially considering the time period, considering the relationship that him and Kenny have.
Considering the only fact that he's sitting there wearing an LSU jersey is because of ASU. Like, he can talk about himself all he wants and put faith in yourself all you want, but like, both things have to be true. You have to go to a school that believes in you and that gives you the reins to be yourself. There are plenty of incredible athletes who don't have the ability to be themselves because of where they went. So, like, I don't hate it as much as everybody else hates it, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Right. And again, this is another thing that we talked about with Sam, that I've talked about Sam ad nauseum, is that, like, this is the side of football that he needs to get better at, which is a lot of the off the field stuff. Because if you burn bridges everywhere that you are at, eventually you're not going to be able to go back to where you came from. And if he goes to LSU and things don't work out well, guess what? It doesn't matter if you're building goodwill now. It's how you play there, and it's how you end things there. If you go to a franchise in the NFL and you don't say the right things and you don't do the right things and you're the face of the franchise, the quarterback, you're going to get ripped to shreds, and that's going to impact your career. So for his own sake, I feel like he needs to get more refined at not ruffling feathers. I don't think that he's adverse to that right now, and I think that this is proof of that, and maybe he's not thinking about it, and it's not intentional, but that, again, lies into the problem of you should be thinking about this, and you should be intentional about the words that you say. I'm not, like, putting my fist through a wall over it, because it's not like he outright said ASU sucks and LSU is great. He said a lot of what I expected about LSU, and I think he should have just framed it differently.
Well, look, let's continue this conversation on the other side of our first break.
It is hard to find guarantees in this brutal, brutal world in 2026.
Brutal
But you can
world.
find it with the husband-wife law team, because sometimes, yes, the world is brutal. Sometimes you suffer a serious injury. Sometimes someone that you love suffers a wrongful death, and you need to make sure that you're not only going to a legal team that's experienced and specialized with hundreds of years of combined trial experience that's solely focused on serious injury and wrongful death, but of course the husband-wife law team will also make you promises and guarantees. Now, nobody can guarantee the outcome of a legal case, but they can do this. They can guarantee that you can cancel your fee agreement at any time for any reason. They'll guarantee that you can speak with one of their lawyers as often as you choose about anything that you need to discuss, and they guarantee that you will receive at least as much in your pocket as they receive for their fee.
Wow.
Even if they have to reduce their attorney's fee to do so. They're always going to tell you the strengths and weaknesses of your case so that you can make the most informed decision. So if you've had a serious injury, make the most informed decision. Call the husband and wife law team first at 602-783-8841. Or visit our website, the link in our show notes, and tell them that PHNX sent you.
Look, it is still summer, so if you're trying to squeeze in that last vacation before we hit fall, well, might I recommend a staycation with our friends over at Gila River Resorts and Casinos, the one-stop shop for all of your needs and wants. If you want to hang out by the pool, or if you're crazy and you want to hang out by the hot tub, well, you can do that. If you want to go have a nice steak dinner, guess what?
What?
You can do that. If
Really?
you want,
At the same place?
At the same place. If you want to make some money, or I should say a chance to make some money, well, you can do that on their state-of-the-art
Again, the
gaming
same place?
floor. Same location.
I don't have to go anywhere else.
No, literally just
Okay,
this,
but what,
this
like,
one spot.
let's just say, hey, steak dinner's cool.
Yeah.
But like, I'm a little more frugal. Can I get a different type of food?
You can get anything you want
Wow.
over at Gila River Resorts
I like that.
and Casinos. So grab your crew, celebrate the big wins, and enjoy everything that they have to offer. Gila River Resorts and Casinos, all the ways you do you. Visit playatgila.com for more details. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. A couple of comments in the chat. Parker says, most fired up the chat's been since the Dillingham to Michigan rumors were ramping up. The Green M&M says, we beat Mississippi State with Jeff Sims, by the way.
I don't necessarily disagree with that, honestly.
Scott says, let's talk future, not past. I hope fight. We need D-line to dominate and open our linebackers to shine. My vote, most likely Omarion Miller. Space Lonnie, again, defense should have a few breakout stars.
We can wrap this up though after this. At what point
we say that this is gonna go another 10, 15 minutes.
I mean, it might go 10 to 15 minutes. You know us. Like, at what point do we just say you're LSU's problem?
Look, I wouldn't say problem, because I think
You're
LSU.
you're LSU's entity now.
I was ready to say that. You leave,
I would say,
you
but
leave,
like
you're gone.
as I think as negative as I've been,
like I didn't want to post any of this stuff anyway.
Sure,
right?
Like, I hear you. I think as negative as I've been, I feel like you and I are kind of like on different ends of the spectrum and have been.
The Leavitt spectrum.
The Leavitt spectrum. That sounds like a great show. But we've kind of been on.
What's it about?
I mean, it's about a quarterback on the spectrum. I don't know. But we're on opposite ends of the Leavitt spectrum, and I do think that the reason why this hurts so much is because...
Does it hurt? Do you feel pain?
No, I think just speaking for... And I think that you and I are, like you said, in I think the very, very acute minority here. But it's like, I think that the reason why this hurts Sun Devil fans so much, it's literally like Anakin in Star Wars. It's like you were the chosen one.
Yeah, he was the chosen one.
You were our guy that we found out of nowhere. There was something special in you. Our master, Kenny Dillingham, Obi-Wan Kenobi, trained you up. You showed great promise. You won a championship early when nobody expected it to. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait, what? Like, you're going to LSU? Mm-hmm. You're not just going to LSU, but you're leaving in a way that most people don't leave. You hear about transfers all the time, and it's like, okay, like, that sucks that they left, but it is what it is. That's college football. Players transfer. But you left in a way that's like, ooh, didn't like that at all.
Same way Anakin left.
Yeah. Maybe not as harsh.
Bad things.
Maybe not as harsh.
So was Michael Crow Yoda?
No, Herm's Yoda, of course.
Oh, no.
No, but like, to me, this hurts so much because you did such great
Are you in
things.
pain? Literally. Like this,
no, I'm not.
You've never been in pain about this. Like,
no, I mean, I didn't like
you didn't
how he
love
left.
it, but like, this is just, ASU fans are still grieving. That's what this is.
Well, and
it's
I think
the
part of it is
process.
that we haven't had a chance to see what's next yet, right? Because
who cares? Who cares if your girlfriend breaks up?
Who's Luke? Who is Luke Skywalker?
Think about it. If your girlfriend breaks up with you, are you the guy that's like, oh man, I wonder what she's doing. She's got my name in her mouth. Like, she won't stop talking. What about all the good times we had? Blah, 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 blah. Or are you the guy that's like, she broke up with me. Cool. I'm on to the next. Because one of those guys sounds like a pretty cool guy. The other guy sounds like he needs therapy.
I've never been broken up with, so I don't know. But
wow, hot shot here.
Well, look, you can't miss shots that you don't take. So, to me, like,
unbelievable.
To me, it's like I think it is understandable for people to keep tabs on Sam Leavitt, and I think it's understandable for people to be upset. But I am just at this point where I look at this and I say, was this good? No. But at the same time, if I'm an LSU fan,
oh my goodness,
if I'm an LSU booster, if I'm one of the guys that paid him millions of dollars, if I'm Lane Kiffin, if I'm his teammates, if I'm his coaches, I need our quarterback, the face of our franchise, the face of LSU football besides Lane Kiffin right now, right? The top player in the transfer portal. I need that guy to come out here and say that we are different from everybody else. Because that's what you are supposed to believe in yourself to be. So I don't think it was the right move how he said it, but I am also not like ready to burn down the state of Louisiana over this.
Yeah. Wes Beasy in the chat says sucka shit. Love the way you spelled sucka. Champ could have left ASU multiple times for more money and stayed loyal to Tempe and this staff and this team.
And we like that. I think my problem is not with Sam transferring. As much as ASU has built a great culture where people stay, you also just have to understand the landscape of college football, of college sports. Players transfer. Good players transfer. They go to programs that are more well-respected, that are willing to pay them more money. ASU, I don't think, could pay Sam Leavitt what LSU paid.
That, I think, is the problem, right? The problem is the narrative of Arizona State and Sam Leavitt and Kenny Dillingham and Scat and Tyson and all those guys, right, was lifers, right? We're here for life. Yeah. CJ Fight. Yeah, CJ Fight could have gone somewhere else. I know for a fact Cam Skattebo and Ben Coleman were like, hey, dude, like after 2023, are we coming back? And they're like, yeah, we're going to run it back at Arizona State. You don't think Jordan Tyson could have gone to wherever the hell he wanted to after the 2024 season?
They totally could have.
But that's what I'm saying, is that's where people start to get in their feels about it, is because the whole narrative, the whole culture thing was, we're here. We're coming back to Arizona State. We're doing it this way, and we are staying at Arizona State.
And Sam Leavitt, in that sense, was clearly not a culture fit.
Wait, but then don't go out and say all the things that you do, right?
It is, and you could tell that it hurt. Like, you could tell that it hurt Kenny and company. I don't think they liked it, and I think they expected him to come back. But I also think that we need to understand as ASU fans, like, yes, we build this culture, but like there are going to be players that transfer, and there are going to be top-level players that transfer. You can be so much better at retaining talent than everybody else. That can't mean that you retain everybody. But that is a different conversation to how do you handle your exit and your departure. And I'll tell you what, this comment, what happened right now would not have taken the firestorm that it did if the exit itself was handled differently. If Sam exited with grace, if Sam exited in a way that wasn't burning bridges with the Sun Devils fans, if he showed up to the banquet.
But the Sun Devils fans, they're going to be mad regardless.
They're going to be mad, but there's levels to it.
There's levels to it.
There's levels to, okay, you left and we don't like that you left, but then there's the way that you exited, the way and that things that you did or did not say about the program, not showing up, things like that nature. That immediately, it's like, if this is a spark to start a fire, right? And that's exactly what happened, is he said this and a fire was sparked. Then the way that he exited was laying down a bunch of dry brush and whatnot to get the fire going. Like, if that stuff wasn't there, would there still be a fire? Absolutely. But it wouldn't have gotten so big. It wouldn't have gotten so big if what happened before was different. So that's the tough part in all of this.
Well, look, if you haven't seen the Sam Leavitt comments to this point and you're like, why are these two guys just up here rambling about Sam and what he said about LSU? Well, here you go. This is what Sam Leavitt had to say the other day about his exit from Arizona State.
I think leaving ASU, I had a comfortable situation, walk in the building, it's all my guys, built great relationships, won a lot of games there. But I want to do something a little bit different, and it's funny, that's kind of what everyone's saying around here is just different. It really is, on every aspect. Like, we come out here to the practices, the way individual reps are ran, the way that every single coach is just so poured into this. The time that we meet outside of, like the initial time we're supposed to meet, it truly is just a different situation. You talk about being a pro, trying to become the best version of yourself, and there's no other place to do it.
Can you imagine if he would have just had a random accent like Brian Kelly did the first time that he spoke after being at
Honestly,
LSU?
that would have made it better. Here's the thing about being down here is that you just do things a little bit different.
I don't know if that's like a Baton Rouge.
It's the only country accent that I can do.
Can I be completely honest with everybody here?
I'd hope that you have been.
Completely honest.
I'd hope that you have been completely
Dude,
honest.
I don't care.
I know, but you've never cared. You've never.
He's gone. That's it. He's gone. He shows he wants to be at LSU. Go, let him be at LSU. Who cares if he's talking about Arizona State at this point in time? It doesn't matter. It doesn't impact Arizona State. The fan base already doesn't mess with Sam anymore because of the injuries, the report that he was playing basketball and that's how he got hurt, whether it was true or not. Like, blah 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 blah. It's whatever at this point in time. Don't get in your feels because someone that used to go to your school and now plays for somebody else said something. Just like, be done with it. In my personal opinion, his time here, is up and down as you could possibly get. In 2024, you won a Big 12 championship, and you went on the craziest run that you could possibly go on, one of the craziest runs that you've ever seen in college athletics and sports in general.
He was getting compared to Jake Plummer.
Yeah, he was. And if he would have stayed at Arizona State, there is an absolute chance that he would have ended his career in that same conversation, right? Now nobody is putting him in the conversation with Jake Plummer, right? Then you get to 2025, there's the injuries, there's the basketball thing, there's the banquet thing. Whatever, man. It's gone. It's over with. You got a new stable of quarterbacks, an entirely new roster up and down. Clearly, he didn't want to be here, and that's okay. That's what it is. Now you got guys that want to be at Arizona State. They want to be Sun Devils. So what does it matter?
Yeah, I think you would have rather this happen than Sam say he was going to come back, and then you have an entire season of him not being.
Like, would you have been more or less upset if Sam Leavitt at whatever this was, the media availability, whatever, banquet, whatever, would have said, you know what? Yeah, LSU, honestly, so much better than Arizona State in like all these different ways. Like, it's just, I want to go to the NFL. I got a better chance at going pro at LSU. I'm making more money at LSU. Like, would you have felt any different than you do now, realistically?
I mean, I still wouldn't have liked it, but I don't know. For me,
you're never going to like it. It wouldn't have mattered if he would have said, anything, ASU fans would not have been happy with what Sam Leavitt said.
No, and again, like we both
Mind you
agree.
guys, there's a full season of this. He's going to have a lot of post-game availabilities.
He's not going to be talking about ASU like that, though.
No, but people are going to be upset regardless. That's what I'm saying.
They will. But, like, for me, again, we both think that he should have framed it in a different way. Like, neither of us agree
Is it
that
perfect?
This was a good way to answer it. I just don't care. The best way to forget about it.
That's what I'm trying to get across here.
The best way to forget about it is to go out there and to succeed with this new football team. Because as of right now, when you talk about like the legends of Arizona State, and if we're putting aside how Sam exited, the way that he played makes him one of the greatest single season quarterbacks in ASU history. Like that is no matter how you feel about him, that is an indisputable fact that 2024 season, he was one of the greatest quarterbacks for a single season in ASU history.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
No, that's true.
Obviously, he's not going to be thought of that way overall because of everything that happened afterwards. But you don't remember that guy the same way if somebody else comes in and plays the same. Right? If Cutter Bully, if Jake Fetty come out there and they ball, like the best way to move on from this is to have success. But I promise you, people are going to still be holding on to Sam Leavitt if going into this year, the quarterback play isn't where it needs to be and it handicaps the team. People will still think, you might not, but people will still think about that. And at the end of the day,
that's not on Sam. That's on the coaches to figure it out.
No, but it's on Sam to find a better way to navigate PR. Because whether it's about ASU or anything like that, in his position, with his talent level, and his future ahead of him, anything that could possibly go wrong will be held against him. Look at Kyler Murray, right? Like
I didn't think we'd get Kyler Murray.
But the Cardinals organization was such a crap show that they said, we're putting in an unneeded homework clause into your contract. And it led a smear campaign because the idea around Kyler Murray was that he didn't do so, which, by the way, I know for a fact he did. Like, I covered the team at the time. He wasn't not watching film. Like, you look at him getting into it with Cliff Kingsbury on the sideline. There was this preconceived notion about Kyler Murray that put him in the mud, even though there was things around him that were out of his control. Sam Leavitt needs to be able to control the things that he can control. He needs to be better at speaking PR and speaking about the things that have happened to him, and he needs to be better about handling his exits. If LSU has a poor exit this season, and he has a poor exit from LSU, that's going to be a theme with him, and that will be used against him in his draft positioning, in his contract negotiations, in his media coverage, and these things play into his future.
Scott says, leave it. I agree. He's in the past. Could have been an all-timer. Now he's a footnote to skip.
Nobody will look at Sam Leavitt of that 2024 team and think about him first or second. It'll be Tyson and it'll be Scat. Yeah. Even though Tyson didn't play in the postseason.
Yeah.
That's just the way that it's going to be now.
He is on to LSU. And we are on to the future. Enough of the past. And we're going to get there on the other side of our second break.
We love ASU alumni that found innovative businesses. And no edible is more innovative than Pure Edibles. You're damn right, Anthony Totri, because Pure Gummies, they're not just covered in sugar like all their competitors. They are a full-fledged candy company offering gummies, kicks, which are their version of Starburst, chews, and hard candies. But I know what you're saying, Eric. Cut it out.
Cut it out.
We know what we're here for. And that's the effects of Pure Edibles. It's nice that they taste nice, and that's a great part of the Pure Edibles, but what makes Pure Edibles different? Well, I'm glad you asked, Eric. Here's the answer, Eric. Pure's effects are clearly listed on each tin, so you know exactly what effects to expect. Pure offers gummies for sleep support, as well as candies with uplifting effects, all derived from unique cannabinoids such as CBN, CBG, CBD, and of course, marijuana-derived THC. So no guessing, no more going and getting an edible that says indica, sativa, hybrid, and you going, well, I guess this will make me feel like one of the many things that those things can make me feel like. No, you know what to expect. Plus, Pure Gummies are designed to be ripped or bit in half, making them easily shareable or easy to dial in your exact dose. Go find yourself some Pure Edibles products founded by 3 ASU alumni at one of the over 150 dispensaries across Arizona, now including True Leave.
We are 36 days away from you, me, and all of our closest friends being packed into Mountain America Stadium. And the thing that's going to separate every single Arizona State fan apart? Well, it's a different Branded Bills hat.
Because everybody's going to be wearing Branded Bills hats.
They are.
But they're all going to be different because there's so many different Branded Bills hats.
There is literally, if you go to the Branded Bills website and you just type in Sun Devils in the search bar, there is 90 plus different Arizona State Sun Devils specific hats that they offer, and they've got a bunch of different kinds of hats. If you're somebody that loves snapbacks, well, they got you covered. Truckers, fitteds, beanies, or tees, they've got you covered with performance, style, and of course, affordability, a big one here in 2026. So make sure you head to brandonbills.com and use code BBPHNX15 for 15% off your first order. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. Okay. We're all good now. Everybody take a deep breath.
I will say, I understand why people are upset.
Oh my gosh, here we go. Eric didn't take a deep breath.
I'm just saying.
What do you mean you don't personally share it?
We've been yapping
about this for 35 minutes.
Okay, first of all, we could talk about something and not be upset. Like, I literally, the first thing I said was like, I'm not as upset about this as everybody else.
I don't know, Chad.
But I get it.
It seemed like he was pretty upset.
I get it.
Did it not seem like Eric was like, he literally said, I'm hurt. I'm in pain. I asked him point blank period.
We're 35 minutes into the show and we've talked about one thing. I would say emotions are high.
And I said I didn't want to talk about it. So that means it's Eric.
I'm just saying, I think I'm speaking for the people. When you talk about it.
Okay, speak for the people.
That's the people right now.
People don't have anything else to say?
Let's move on.
Okay, well, now that...
Actually, one more thing was saying.
Yeah. Now that Eric's got his emotions in check, we can talk about the future.
Yeah,
enough about the past. Okay, I just want to make sure...
Sorry for turning nothing into something.
I just want to make sure. Yeah. I just want to make sure that we all are, on the same page, that Eric started this.
Yes.
This is all Eric's fault, and we're going to move on. Are you okay with that?
One more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're good.
So,
We're good.
Aside from Sam Leavitt, because I don't want to talk about him anymore, Cam Skattebo, Jordan Tyson, Keith Abney, CJ Fight, I feel like they all have one thing in common at Arizona State. It's that throughout their time in Tempe, they have turned into superstars, right? For their performances, for what they do, in the community, media, etc. I don't think there's any denying that Cam Skattebo is atop that list, right? Of being one of the most recognizable figures in football.
Correct.
Period.
Currently. Like, not just, he had a great season at ASU, but like he does anything.
Yeah.
And it's viral.
1,000%. And I think Jordan Tyson's next in line there. Jordan Tyson, obviously, what he did at ASU is marvelous. I think he goes down as one of the most talented wide receivers in Arizona State history. Gets drafted in the top 10. I think he's going to have a monster season with the Saints. Like, he turned into a superstar in a year's time after shredding his knee at Colorado, right? Keith Abney had no Power 4 offers. Landed one at Arizona State. Took a little bit longer than the other guys, right? But turned into a superstar in his own right, especially last season. Yeah. We were talking about him as the best defensive player on this team, right? Why is Javen Robinson having issues? Well, it's because nobody wants to target Keith Abney, right? The same way we're talking about CJ Fight going into this year, right? The anchor of the Arizona State defense. Mr. Sun Devil himself, having been here for as long as he's been here with opportunities to go to other schools or go pro, but he's choosing to be at Arizona State. I think he's one of the top defensive tackles in the country going into this season. Yeah. So the question at hand is, who's next? Because this is not they did it in 2024, now what? No. This is something we've seen from Kenny Dillingham in this Arizona State, team since he's been here. Every year there's at least two guys that you don't just talk about in Tempe. You don't just talk about in the Big 12. You talk about them on a national scale.
Omarion is the first name that comes to mind. Already getting first round buzz, that's going to help, right? You have to start with some buzz. And Omarion has exactly. Yeah. Omarion has the most buzz out of anybody on this team. I love CJ, I love some of the returning players, but like nobody's getting mocked in the first round except for Omarion Miller. Yeah. So if you're taking if there are odds on this, it's like to be the biggest star in ASU this season, it's like a minus 330.
Really?
Apps to be the biggest.
To be a superstar.
To be the superstar biggest name associated with ASU, Omarion Miller is minus 330. Okay. I think the big question is who's number 2. Mm-hmm. I love CJ. I think as far as Sun Devil fans go, CJ Fight is going to be a legend forever. But in the same right as Keith Abney, it's I don't, especially at the position, I think he's even more of a disadvantage than Keith.
He's at a huge disadvantage with his...
He's not going to be talked about nationally. Dominant interior defensive tackles are not talked about nationally.
Not unless you're in the SEC.
Now, well, even if you're in the SEC, it's just like, oh, they have a great defensive line, right? And this guy's really, really good. It's not like, oh my God, let's talk about.
I think his numbers would have to be ridiculous.
Think about the face of every single program in the country that you can think of right now. Has a single one of them been a defensive tackle?
Currently?
Currently.
No.
And if you think the last 10 years, you could probably count on like one hand.
Yeah, and they've all been at Georgia.
So again, I love CJ, and for us, for our people here in Tempe,
Our people.
for our people that
Wow.
I speak for today,
Just throw
It'll
out
be-
an our people.
it'll be CJ. But nationally, who do you think would be second in? Do you agree with my statement that maybe not the odds, but you agree with my statement that Omarion would have the best odds to do so?
Best odds to do so because I think he's coming in with the highest standing.
Yes,
1,000%.
and also like he's really good.
Yeah,
He's
no, I'm not
really,
saying
really,
he's
really
like
good.
I think Omarion Miller is one of the most talented players on the roster.
Yes.
And I think that's very, very clear. I think he's somebody who has got a chip on his shoulder, wants to win, wants to do it at a really high level. I'm super excited.
Might be
to
the
see it.
best at his position in the Big 12.
Yeah, he might be. And he might be one of the best at his position in the country, but he's not getting, a ton of love nationally right now.
Yes.
But I do think by the time it's all said and done, he turns in a really good season for sure. I think the unfortunate thing when we're talking about Omarion Miller and then even Reed Harrison in that conversation of national superstar is you are kind of at the discretion of the quarterback, right? Like if Cutter Boley is playing well, or if Jake Fetty is playing well, whoever's QB1, like if they're playing well, odds are that Reed Harrison, Omarion Miller, well, they're in that national conversation.
Yes.
If they're not, then it's probably because the quarterback play is letting them down.
And that kind of feels like it has to be Cutter Boley with the second odds, right? Because if one,
Ooh, is that where you're going?
I think it has to be.
Wow, I didn't see that one. That was out of left field.
Who did you think?
Owen Long. Owen Long can do whatever he wants, and it's pretty much just on him.
I think it's just hard to keep the quarterback out of it. Like odds-wise,
It is.
like a linebacker.
But since Kenny's been here, we've only talked about one quarterback in the
Sure,
national standing.
But a linebacker versus a quarterback, you have to get the actual. Plus, like you
Who's
said,
the better player?
Owen Long right now, for
Okay.
sure. But who's the better player between CJ Fight and Cutter Boley? It's
CJ Fight.
Who it's different. So with the quarterback, if it is like this symbiotic relationship, which it is, where it's like if the wide receiver's eating, then the quarterback's good, and if the quarterback's good, then the wide receiver's eating. If Omarion is the star, somebody's got to get him the ball, and that's Cutter. So I think Cutter would be my second odds. Then I would put Owen. Then I would put Reed. That would be my
Cutter
top
Boley's
four.
not even in my top three. Yeah.
So it would be, let me guess, Omarion, Owen, Reed?
Yeah. 1,000%.
I think it's the quarterback part of it.
I mean, I agree, but also when you look at Sam in 2024, right? Like, and I know we said we were going to talk about him, but like, I think that's a perfect example. Cam Skattebo and Jordan Tyson were still eating, and Sam had an up and down, like first 6 games, right?
Yeah, sure, sure, yeah.
We did the whole here's the
First half, second
Yeah,
half,
we've seen that thing 30 times. So like,
Man, I miss that graphic. You know, like emotional support animals? That was my emotional support graphic.
that's fair. That is fair. And you've got Scott in the chat saying Owen Long, but linebacker not as glam. Kyson Brown maybe. I think again, we're not just talking about a linebacker. Like I don't know how many other ways we have to say it.
I mean, we are talking about
we're talking about the guy that tackled more people than anyone else in the country last year.
Correct, yes.
In college football.
But
we're not
also-
just talking about your casual linebacker who's getting 100 tackles.
Sure.
This guy is like could break program records with how talented he is.
Yeah, but
That's the type of player we're talking about.
The 15th most popular or most nationally recognized player, or the 15th most popular quarterback in the country, is still more recognizable, more of a star than the top linebacker.
But I would make the argument that, again, quarterback and wide receiver are the flashiest positions out there, right?
Yes.
Okay, but when you think 2024 Arizona State, who do you think of?
You think of Cam Skattebo,
Why,
but
though? Why?
Okay,
because his
he was
style
a top
of
five.
play.
He was a top 5 Heisman
But
candidate.
because of his style, why can't a linebacker be a Heisman candidate? Travis Hunter played cornerback and wide receiver. He was a Heisman candidate.
Tell me the last linebacker to be a legitimate
I don't know.
Heisman
I don't know.
candidate.
I don't know. But why are we saying that it's an impossibility here?
Well, it's not an impossibility.
It's
but you
not
gotta
likely.
It's a completely
It's not
different
likely.
battle.
I'm not sitting here saying that it's likely. Owen Long is that talented of a player, though, right? Cam Skattebo, the reason you fell in love.
I guess, by the way, Jacob Rodriguez.
Yeah, there you go.
Jacob
He was there.
Rodriguez was a finalist.
Linebacker at Texas Tech, right?
Yeah.
What? He was there. He had a good mustache. That's it. That's all that got him there. No,
Manti Te'o, Brian Bosworth. Like, it's a very
you have to be an
very
elite
short
level linebacker,
list.
right? Miles Jack, great pull from UCLA. The reason that people fell in love and still love Cam Skattebo. He was dominant at his position. Yes. His personality off the field and his personality on the field.
Yep.
Right? If Owen Long plays at Arizona State, breaks single-season records, is one of the top linebackers in the country, has a personality to where he's just kind of letting it fly being him, right?
Yeah.
With the level of physicality, right, that Cam Skattebo had. That's what people loved about Scat, right? Part of it, right, is the physicality. It was like, it didn't matter if you're hitting him in the first quarter, you hit him in the fourth quarter, you're going to be hurting.
Oh, no, here's the thing, is that when it got to the fourth quarter, it was like, how is this guy getting stronger?
So what if you have a bigger, stronger version now at linebacker?
Sure. Again, I'm not saying that it's impossible for Owen Long to be that. I'm just saying compared to if let's say Owen Long and Cutter Boley are both really good, Cutter Boley will get more national attention.
Yeah, for sure. It's quarterback. That's what I said.
Yeah. So I don't know what we're disagreeing on. That's sometimes with this show, man. It's just like we're like going back and forth. It's like, I agree with you. No, I agree with you. But did you think about the fact that I agree with you? Like literally. That was like the first 30 minutes of this show.
Look, let's talk about some players that could potentially be national superstars that aren't at the top of the list.
Okay, some wild cards.
Some wild cards.
All right.
On the other side.
Butter Tolofsen.
Oh,
on the other
God.
side of this break.
Yeah.
Arizona road trip fans, this one's for you because the Arizona Lottery is celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mother Road with a brand new Route 66 Scratchers. Take a ride on the winning side and you can find yourself heading towards a top prize of $100,000.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Route 66 Scratchers are also loaded with $100 prizes. Also, yes, please. Making them a fun way to celebrate one of Arizona's most legendary highways, or in my opinion, of course, Arizona's most legendary highway. And if you're looking to dream even bigger, pair your Route 66 ticket with the Ultimate Riches Scratcher. Ultimate Riches gives players the chance to win up to $3.5 million. Whether you're a longtime Arizona Lottery player or you're just looking for a little excitement on your next stop, Route 66 and Ultimate Riches Scratchers offer plenty of chances to win. Pick up your tickets today at your favorite Arizona Lottery retailer. We're going to hear about one in a second here and see if your next stop is a big one. Arizona Lottery, love the play.
Look, if you're headed out on that Mother Road, do yourself a favor. Stop by Circle K, fill up on gas, and make sure you get yourself some snacks. But don't do it at full price. Save money, okay?
Money.
Save money with Inner Circle. It's Circle K's free membership program. While I'm still talking, you guys can sign up. Takes like 30 seconds. App Store, download the app.
I already have it. I'm going to delete
email,
the app, re-download
phone
it,
number.
log in.
That's it. That's all it takes to start saving with our friends over at Circle K. And once you're enrolled in Inner Circle, the deals, well, they are daily. When you pull up to Circle K, your first 5 fill-ups after enrolling in Inner Circle, you guys are going to save 25 cents off per gallon again on those first 5 fill-ups. And of course, when you stroll inside, you're going to see those great deals they have on snacks, drinks, and everything in between. So make sure you join Inner Circle for free by downloading that Circle K app today.
I just deleted it, re-downloaded it, and logged in all in that time.
Terms and conditions apply. At participating locations, visit circlek.com for details. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. New audio-only episode hitting your guys' feed Saturday morning, talking about
Dylan
Shaw. That's it. That's all the preview you need.
I mean, I'm really excited about Dylan Shaw.
I'm just really excited for ASU basketball.
What a world we live in, Totri.
What a world, man.
When's the last time you've said that? Probably the pre-Quaintance here, yeah? I mean,
No,
multiple
I don't even know.
5-star?
No, I don't even think you could catch me saying I was excited.
Really?
Because I wasn't.
I think we could find you being
Go ahead,
excited.
go find me doing
Okay,
that.
well,
I wasn't.
I'm not gonna
I
do
wasn't. I wasn't excited. And you're gonna have to just take me at my word. I wasn't excited.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe you.
But I am excited about ASU football.
Of course.
Yeah. Give me 2 names. 2 names that
Wild
are wild
card
cards.
names. I think Tyson Brown is a wild card.
Yeah, I agree.
If everything clicks for Tyson, I think he's good enough.
Should we get angry and agree again?
Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to think like who else has like the personality mixed with like the play, right?
Boogie Wilson an option here?
I was kind of thinking Boogie could be. Bimage has got the edge.
Yeah, Bimage has
What
the
about
attitude.
Stamps?
I think Stamps could do it.
I don't know much about Stamps' personality though.
I think he's just a ball player, dude. Like I think
Well, that's
he's
good.
yeah. I think he's just about ball.
You know what? I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Take that.
I disagree with your agree.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Then I agree with your disagreement. Boom. Put in a box.
Ashton Stamps, Kyson Brown, Boogie Wilson.
Owen Long, I think, would honestly qualify as a wild card.
Really?
To me. Yes.
Wow. You hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hate him? That's what you just said. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was reading
Clip
Scott's.
that.
I was reading Scott's comments. Says, by the way, great job. Just signed up and I'm chewing a pure gummy. Happy Friday.
Hell yeah, Scott.
I just signed up to be a member. Let's go, Scott.
Love that.
Hell yeah. Oh, you know what we need to do?
What do we need to do?
We need to have them vote on what emoji.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I was thinking about this.
Oh,
I think we
God.
should do 4 options. Happy Totri, sad Totri.
Okay,
Happy Erik,
get
sad
ready to
Erik.
write this down, Eric.
Well, no, it's easy. Happy Totri, sad Totri. Happy Erik, sad Erik. I think those should be the options. So like
Okay.
a positive and a negative one, and they could choose which one they would want.
Of the 4.
Of the 4, you get one of those.
Okay.
Either happy Totri or happy Erik, or sad Totri or sad Erik.
Well, look, if you guys are a part of the supporters club, like we said, because of your donations to Big Brothers Big Sisters, you have 1,000% earned
Yes.
a new emoji. Again, if you're a part of the supporters club, so we will have the Freckle Mamba throw in
Darth Leavitt.
those options for a new emoji, and by the end of the show, we'll have an answer, and we can kind of run with that. Sound good?
Should be fun.
Should be fun. Not as fun though.
As the
Autonaut.
next star. Oh, we're doing Autonaut right now.
Yeah, I mean, no,
Do you have any other names? We've said Kyson, we've said Ashton, we've said Boogie. It feels like the secondary's got like the big personalities. Owen. Yeah, nobody else really on the defensive line, it feels
Clayton
like.
Smith, maybe.
Maybe. What about like a young guy like AJ Ia or Julian Hugo?
I would say it's probably not Julian Hugo. Like, I think he'll play, but we're talking national superstar. That would be
Fair,
crazy.
yeah.
He's a true freshman.
Redshirt freshman.
AJ Ia, man, like I love the guy. I think he's gonna be a great tight end. But Arizona State tight ends, the way they use
They don't catch the ball.
Well, they don't use them the way that flashy tight ends are used.
Yeah.
Right? Like they block at Arizona State, and yeah, from time to time, like you look at Shaman, he caught touchdowns, had great seasons. But at the end of the day, it wasn't national headline because they don't put up national numbers. So AJ's got the body for it. Does he get the actual like season for it? Probably not, in my estimation. But it would be fun. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yep. It would be.
You have any more?
No.
No, you don't want to just go back and forth. Of like,
Fresh
hey,
out.
What do you have? Like,
My brain's
should we
empty.
play Go Fish with Stars?
My brain's empty.
Your brain's empty,
Here.
so it's just a normal Friday.
You can knock on it.
Wow,
Nothing in there.
That's hollow as hell.
Nothing in there.
Yeah, that's brutal. Yeah, let's go ahead and dive into Hot or Not. Why don't
Okay,
we?
let's do
Okay,
that.
it's Friday. If you're new here, first off, hit that like button. Second of all, Hot or Not, the Freckle Mamba gives us 3 really random topics. And as we spend the last 10 minutes of the show, usually the same way we spent the first 50, arguing.
Over something that we agree with.
What do you got for topic number 1, Mamba? I don't need my laptop for this.
Topic number 1 for Hot or Not is the art of kickboxing.
Hot. Most martial arts, I'd say hot.
What martial art would you say is not hot?
No,
All of them?
Yeah.
All of them? Kickboxing, hot or not?
Give you a little demonstration if you want. Spar a little bit.
Yeah, is that how we should spend the next 10
I
minutes
mean, I
of the
think
show?
people would watch. I do think people would watch.
It's tough because like, so I like the UFC. I don't know if you know this.
Yes.
And like, if you just watch kickboxing, it's fine, but like, I feel like it doesn't include everything.
Well, because it doesn't. Yeah.
So that's where it's like for me, like it's hot, I guess. Yeah.
For me, and like I did a striking first like martial arts, so I love just punching and kicking.
Yeah.
Super fun. I did wrestling and stuff too, but like, there is just something cool about like, all right, like we're not going to the ground. It's me, it's you, it's my fists and my feet, and
That's
we're gonna
funny.
figure this out.
We're gonna figure this out.
And I do like that aspect of it. I would
like
say.
like every adult male should, right?
Yes. Yeah. Sam Leavitt. If you're mad at Sam Leavitt, challenge him to a kickboxing fight.
And you probably lose.
Well, and he probably participate because he loves participating in different sports. Ayrton, topic number 2.
Unreal.
Topic
What
number-
do you think first, Ayrton? Do you think it's hot or not?
I think kickboxing is hot. I think it's one of the more appealing martial arts to watch, but also I'm a UFC fan as well, and that's my favorite style to watch.
That's fair.
UFC as well.
That's
it's just
fair.
more.
You don't
more
enjoy
fun.
watching Marab just like
I don't
control people on the ground. For
one of the
25
few
minutes?
that doesn't like that. No,
That's fair.
I'm
Do
not.
you guys prefer the kicking or the punching?
Kicking?
Yeah,
It depends.
And as a
It
lanky
depends.
guy myself with long legs, I feel like if I
You're
were
a
to
kicker?
take up
Like to
a
do or to
martial art-
watch?
both.
Ooh, it's far more satisfying in my mind to like throw a right hand and knock someone out. I think it's far like I'd rather do that, but I'd rather watch someone like kick somebody else in the head, if that makes sense.
I will say there is few more satisfying things than landing any hit cleanly.
Yeah.
But if it's like a kick, like especially if somebody's being the aggressor and you kind of like step out a little bit and you just
You want to
bam.
give us a demonstration?
I could, but no, I don't want to.
I'm imagining Eric doing the Leon Edwards head kick to Kamaru Usman. That's what I think.
Two Usman?
Yeah, to Usman.
I was,
question mark, boom, you're out cold.
I was a kicker and I kicked
Yeah?
a lot of people in the head.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to see if you can still get your leg that high.
Not as high as I could before, but I can get it pretty
Like,
high.
are we talking like where
Oh,
are we
I can kick above my head still.
above your head still?
Yeah.
I feel like we have to see this.
I don't think we'd be able to we have to like zoom the camera out.
I think we can.
We got to
We
figure
don't
out a
need-
way to show that to
We
him.
just need to see your leg go
I
up.
gotta
That's-
stretch a little
That's
bit.
all we need to see by the end of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad we've worked our way to that point.
Maybe some members only content.
Yeah, maybe
for the
some members
future.
only content. Maybe that's what we should do for members only content.
Tell you what.
Let's go to a
Well,
kickboxing gym.
Here's what we're gonna do. We'll record the video and we'll send it in Discord.
Okay.
You'll see how high I can kick. And I haven't trained since I was 18, so it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
But
You're hitting
I'm still
close
pretty
to 30.
and I'm also like I'm not in good shape right now. So I'm still flexible though. I'm still figuring it
Undertaker
out.
Totri. Sure. Oh yeah, throwback to Halloween when I
Yeah.
dressed up as the
That's good. I
Undertaker.
just gotta stretch it
What's topic number 2, Ayrton?
The next topic is a musical instrument. It is the xylophone.
Hard for me to find a musical instrument. I'm not gonna think it's hot. either.
Xylophone. Xylophone's
Not used often, but
The thing.
referenced often.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't even know what a xylophone sounds like. That's what it sounds like?
Yeah.
Why is that hot then? Because it doesn't sound good.
If anybody, okay,
Like sell it to me.
if you can play, you obviously have to be good at it.
Can you sell me a xylophone?
I don't have one,
Okay.
so
So
no.
clearly you don't think it's cool.
well,
you don't have one.
I'm not musically inclined, as we've learned. But I think if like
I
again,
don't know.
if you're,
Smack the A was.
if you're
I think
good at
that's what Smack the A was missing.
Is a xylophone? Should our new diss track have a xylophone?
Maybe it should.
It's not even a beat. It's, literally-
just a xylophone?
It's literally just somebody on a xylophone, and we're like, Brendan Sorsby sucks.
What a crazy pull for topic 2 here.
Yeah.
Oh, we've never gotten xylophone.
Kickboxing and xylophone.
Wow.
Xylophones go hard. Yeah.
Why do they go hard? I think you're just like
Okay.
you're afraid to say they
I guess
don't.
it's not gonna get copyright. Let me find a.
I don't think a xylophone. Like I'm sorry, man. Like I don't know anybody that plays a xylophone. Even better, I don't know anybody that wants to play a xylophone.
Yeah. I don't think it would be. Fine. I'll show you afterwards.
No, man.
Oh, wait a second.
It's not hot.
Look at the first thing that pops up. I mean, tell me that's not gonna rip.
Wow.
Tell me that's by
Teddy
the way,
Brown, huh?
1 million views from a guy from 1930 named Teddy Brown. Look at this. It has 12 million views.
Yeah, but that's a
xylophone.
That's not a real xylophone.
It's not a fake one.
That looks like it's the size of 2 pianos, dog.
It's a big xylophone.
No, I don't think xylophones are hot, man. I don't.
I think xylophones are more fun to say than they are in practical use.
Yeah.
And
Oh, they're not a practical
Like, think
instrument.
about this. If you went home,
Yeah.
and we asked you, hey, Eric, how did you spend 2 hours after work? And instead of being like, I went to the gym, I got some groceries,
Kicked above
I
my
did
head.
some work, yeah, I did some martial arts. You said, I went home and I picked up 2 sticks and I played a Dollar Tree version of a piano.
Am I good at it? That's the real question. If
Sure,
I'm
you're
good,
good.
If I'm
You're
good
great.
at a xylophone,
You're great
being
at it.
good-
It's still so
Can we
useless.
clip that? Can we clip that? Can we clip him just saying that I'm great at something? I'm gonna need that. Just gonna need that. I mean, I'm gonna say it's hot, but you don't have to.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not going to say it's hot. It's one of the least hot things we've ever discussed on this show.
That's so not true.
No, it is true.
All right, rounding us out. The third and final topic. Well, actually, I have a bonus topic for you guys at the end, but the third topic for the regular round is the appendix, the part of the human body, the appendix.
Do you know
Can
what the
live without
appendix
it,
does?
but you are born with it.
Do either one of us know what the appendix
Do
does?
you know what the appendix does?
I do. I've had plenty of friends who have had appendicitis, which is a scary,
Oh, I know. I've heard about
scary thing.
appendicitis.
I thought so. They hospitalized me when I was a kid because I thought I had appendicitis. I was just constipated. Fun fact. Just want to throw that out there.
How young?
I was like maybe 6 or 7.
I remember reading a book in elementary school about like somebody, and like in the book they had an appendicitis, and it scared me so much. Like
Because it just explodes, right?
it's just like they're like, oh, I had this pain, and they were just telling me it was a stomach, and it's like, no. Okay, so wait,
Your
what is-
organs are gonna explode.
So one of my other favorite things on the show is where we just look really stupid. What does an appendix do?
I don't know. Can you spell it?
Appendix?
Yeah.
APPENDIX?
Good job.
Yeah, I said PP.
Dude. Really?
Can I give you guys my extra topic now?
I want to
does
know
an
what an
appendix
appendix
do?
does.
I mean, we have an answer.
Well, it's similar. It's similar to what you had gone into the hospital for. It has to do with the bowel movements.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I wasn't totally off. Or I guess the doctor probably wasn't totally off. I was 6, so I was
You
just,
didn't know what was
I was
going
just
on.
like, new toys at the hospital. This is cool.
Like, I gotta poop.
Yeah. That's what they determined.
Ironic that you had to poop, but the appendix is pee-pee.
What's our bonus topic?
All right, our bonus topic is
child.
something that I slipped into all 3 of the topics, and it is the letter X.
Wow.
I mean,
most-
that's meta.
the most
That's so
unused-
meta.
The most
I mean,
unused
geez,
letter.
Ayrton.
I think it's given us one of the
Is
best
this-
hot or nots.
Is this
Wow.
Is this the greatest hot or not of all time?
Wow.
Is
He
this-
slipped in a theme there?
Is this the greatest
we
hot or
didn't
not
even
of all
catch
time?
it. We didn't catch it.
The letter X.
Wow.
Minus the app.
I love
It's a
apps.
great. It's a great letter.
Oh, I see what you're
Yeah.
going with. Yeah. I was just like appetizers, you know?
How would that?
The letter
how would
X.
that be any context?
The letter X, we're saying hot or
Yeah.
not here, huh? You're saying hot.
I think it's a good letter.
It's again, what is the use of the letter X?
Well, it's used for spelling.
An organ that 50-50 doesn't work, or it
Okay,
does.
but the letter X should not just be associated with the appendix.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. It was tough for me to come up with 3 hot or not topics that had an X included in them. A lot of the words are like
I feel like you
Scrabble
probably
words.
you
It's a
probably
rare
think
wo- it's a
that,
rare
that
letter.
letter's hot.
it's hot because it's unique, and I think the words that come out of the X family tree are fun words to say and spell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you kind of got me back on that side. Yeah,
I'm voting for whimsy on this one, not on practical
no, that's
use.
fair. That's fair. I'm gonna say it's hot. I'm gonna say the letter X is hot, except when it's used in math equations. Then it's not hot
Yeah.
whatsoever. Not good. Great show today. Well done. I mean, Ayrton deserves game ball for today, 1,000%. I mean, it was just absolutely marvelous producing today.
I mean, yeah.
Just great work. Do we
Might
have,
be our magnum opus.
Do we have a final answer on the emoji that is set to get?
All right.
Constructed.
In 4th place, Sad Totri with 13%.
I kind
Nice.
of thought Sad Totri was gonna win.
In 3rd place, Happy Eric with
Nobody wants to
20%.
see me sad. Nobody wants to see you happy.
And then in 1st place with 40% of the votes is Sad Eric.
yeah.
Should it be like sad or like angry sad? Like
Nigel in the neck vein. Should we get
do one of these?
I don't know. No, we gotta sift. We gotta find some.
We'll
things.
we'll have a couple different.
I think I'm gonna go back and watch that Mississippi State post game show. I'm sure there's some quality
That's
stuff in
drunk
there. as well.
Eric. That's a very different one.
Drunk Eric, sad Eric. It's same thing. No.
No, not really.
No, well, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. That is going to do it for today's episode of the PHNX Sun Devil Show. Follow the show, PHNX_Sun Devils on Instagram, Twitter, and on TikTok. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow Rubus here at Erik Ruby. That's Eric with a K. You could follow the one, the only themed hot or not professor himself, the freckled Mamba, at Freckle Mamba on social. And guys, we will see you guys on Monday. In the meantime, go Devils. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.